navigating the early stages of a relationship can feel like trying to decode a complex, unspoken language, especially when a man is determined to keep his composure. While some wear their hearts on their sleeves, many men prefer to play it cool, fearing that showing too much interest too soon might make them appear vulnerable or overeager. However, human emotions are difficult to suppress entirely, and feelings have a way of leaking out through subtle shifts in behavior, body language, and communication patterns. Understanding these signs is not about mind games. It is about recognizing the transition from casual interest to genuine emotional investment. When a man begins to catch feelings, his cool exterior serves as a protective mask, but his subconscious actions often tell a different story. He might transition from being a fun companion to a protective presence, or from a casual texter to a consistent communicator. These changes happen incrementally, often without him even realizing it. The shift is usually found in the details, the way he remembers your favorite childhood story, the way he lingers at the door after a date, or the way he subconsciously mirrors your movements. This list of 15 signs serves as a roadmap for anyone wondering if their connection is deepening beneath the surface. By paying attention to these behavioral cues, you can gain clarity on his true intentions. Whether it is the protective way he stands in a crowd, or the vulnerability he shows when sharing his personal goals, these indicators provide a window into his developing affection. While he may not be ready to say "I love you" just yet, these signs prove that his heart is already moving in that direction, turning the mystery of his silence into the certainty of his attraction. 1. His body language is subtly protective. When a man begins to catch feelings, his subconscious often takes the lead before his words do. You might notice him positioning himself between you and a crowded room, or placing a hand on the small of your back as you navigate through a doorway. This isn't about being overbearing. It is an evolutionary instinct to provide a sense of security for someone he values. He might lean in closer than usual when you speak, closing the physical gap to create an intimate bubble that excludes the rest of the world. Even his posture changes. He tends to square his shoulders toward you, signaling that you have his full, undivided attention. These micro gestures are reliable indicators that he views you as someone precious worth shielding, even if he is still playing it cool. 2. He remembers the small stuff you mentioned once. A guy who is just passing time will remember the big details, but a guy who is catching feelings becomes a walking encyclopedia of your casual preferences. If he surprises you with your favorite obscure snack, or asks how that minor meeting went, the one you only mentioned in passing 3 days ago, it's a major sign. This level of active listening proves that he isn't just hearing you. He is deeply processing your words because he is invested in your world. By cataloging your likes, dislikes, and random anecdotes, he is building a roadmap to your heart. It shows that even when you aren't together, he is thinking about the things that make you smile, proving that you occupy a significant amount of his mental, real estate, and emotional energy. 3. The response time on his texts is getting shorter. In the early stages of playing it cool, a man might intentionally delay his replies to avoid looking overly eager. However, as feelings intensify, the desire to stay connected usually overrides the fear of looking desperate. You will notice that the 3-hour rule starts to vanish. He begins responding within minutes, or he sends good morning texts that set the tone for the day. This shift signifies that you have become a priority in his daily routine. He no longer wants to risk the conversation dying out or leaving you hanging. When a man is catching feelings, the dopamine hit he gets from seeing your name on his screen becomes more important than maintaining a detached, mysterious persona, leading to a much more fluid and consistent stream of communication. 4. He creates inside jokes to build a secret world. Catching feelings is often accompanied by the desire to create a unique bond that no one else shares. When he starts leaning heavily into inside jokes, nicknames, or references to shared experiences, he is effectively building a secret world for the two of you. This is a powerful psychological tool for intimacy. It fosters a sense of us against the world by referencing a funny thing that happened on your first date, or a weird character you both saw in the park. He is reinforcing your shared history. These jokes act as emotional glue, making you feel like a team. It's his way of signaling that you aren't just another person he hangs out with, but a special partner who understands his specific brand of humor and perspective. 5. He initiates consistent eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when a man is falling for you, he can't help but look through them. You'll find him holding your gaze a few seconds longer than is socially necessary, or catching him staring at you from across the room with a soft, lingering expression. This type of eye contact is a sign of deep interest and a search for connection. Unlike a casual glance, this is focused and intentional. He's trying to read your emotions and establish a non-verbal bond. Even if he's acting nonchalant in his conversation, his eyes will often betray his true intensity. This steady gaze creates a sense of vulnerability and trust, showing that he is fully present in the moment and captivated by your presence. 6. He makes an effort to be around your inner circle. When a man is catching feelings, he understands that the people you love are the gatekeepers to your heart. Instead of shying away from your friends or family, he actively seeks opportunities to meet them and, more importantly, to impress them. He knows that their approval is a significant factor in how your relationship progresses. You'll notice him engaging in genuine conversations with your best friend or offering to help your brother with a task. This behavior shows he is looking beyond a casual fling and is trying to integrate himself into the fabric of your life. By building bridges with your inner circle, he is signaling that he wants to be a permanent fixture in your world, making sure that your closest confidants see him as a positive and supportive presence for you. 7. He asks deep, open-ended questions. A guy who is just keeping things casual will stick to surface-level topics like the weather, work, or the latest movies. However, when feelings start to deepen, his curiosity about you becomes much more profound. He will begin asking open-ended questions about your childhood dreams, your biggest fears, and your ultimate goals in life. He isn't just looking for polite conversation, he is trying to understand the core of who you are. This type of inquiry shows a high level of emotional investment and a desire to build a genuine connection based on substance. By listening intently to your answers, he is gathering the pieces of the puzzle that make you unique. This shift from small talk to soul talk is a clear indication that he sees you as more than just a temporary companion. 8. His cool exterior cracks when you talk about other guys. Even the most composed man will find it difficult to maintain his cool persona. When he feels his position in your life is threatened, if you mention a male coworker or a funny story involving an ex, watch his reaction closely. He might go uncharacteristically quiet, change the subject abruptly, or offer a slightly sarcastic comment. This isn't necessarily toxic jealousy. Rather, it's a natural protective instinct that arises when he's catching feelings. He wants to be the primary source of your attention and affection. These subtle cracks in his armor reveal that he is no longer indifferent to your romantic life. His discomfort is a sign that he has developed a claim on his feelings for you, even if he hasn't officially voiced his intentions or asked for a commitment yet. 9. He finds low-stakes reasons to reach out. When a man is falling for you, he looks for any excuse to bridge the gap between dates. You might receive a text with a link to a song he thinks you'll like, a meme that reminds him of a conversation you had, or a simple question about a show you recommended. These low-stakes reach-outs are his way of keeping the connection alive without putting too much pressure on the interaction. It shows that you are constantly on his mind throughout the day. He isn't waiting for a formal reason to talk to you. He simply wants to feel your presence and maintain the momentum of your bond. These small, frequent touch points are the building blocks of a developing relationship, proving that he values the consistent exchange of energy over a few grand, isolated gestures. 10. He includes you in his future plans, even small ones. One of the most telling signs that a man is catching feelings is the subtle shift from I to we when he talks about the future. He might mention a concert happening next month, a wedding he has in the summer, or even just a movie he wants to see next weekend, and naturally assume you'll be there with him. By including you in his mental timeline, he is subconsciously visualizing a future where you are a constant presence. This isn't about a marriage proposal. It's about the fact that he can't imagine his upcoming experiences without you by his side. It shows that he is comfortable with the idea of long-term togetherness and is actively carving out a space for you in his life, transitioning from living day to day to building a shared path forward. 11. He mirrors your energy and movements. When a man is deeply attracted and catching feelings, he will subconsciously begin to mirror your behavior. This is a biological phenomenon known as limbic synchrony. If you take a sip of your drink, he'll take a sip of his. If you lean back and cross your legs, he will likely follow suit within a few moments. This mirroring is a powerful nonverbal way of saying, I am in sync with you. It indicates that he is hyper-focused on your presence and is trying to build a sense of rapport and comfort. Beyond physical movements, he may also start using similar slang or adopting your texting style. By reflecting your energy back at you, he's attempting to create a harmonious environment where you feel understood and connected, proving that he is emotionally tuning into your specific frequency. 12. He becomes more vulnerable about his own life. Men are often socialized to keep their guards up, but catching feelings acts as a catalyst for emotional honesty. If he starts sharing stories about his childhood struggles, his professional insecurities, or his past heartbreaks, he is handing you the keys to his private world. This transition from cool and collected to open and honest is a significant milestone. He is testing the waters to see if you are a safe space for his true self. Vulnerability is the ultimate currency of intimacy. By showing you his flaws and fears, he is signaling that he trusts you more than the average person. He's no longer concerned with maintaining a perfect image. Instead, he wants you to know the real man behind the mask, which is a definitive sign that his feelings have shifted toward love. 13. He values your opinion on his decisions. When a man starts catching feelings, your perspective becomes a vital part of his decision-making process. Whether he is choosing a new outfit, navigating a difficult situation at work, or considering a major life change, he will actively seek your input. He doesn't just ask for the sake of conversation. He genuinely listens and weighs your advice heavily. This shows that he respects your intellect and values your judgment. By integrating your thoughts into his life choices, he is acknowledging that your presence has a tangible impact on his world. It's a subtle way of making you a partner in his life. Before any official labels are even applied, when he cares about what you think, it's because he cares deeply about how you perceive him and the future you might build together. 14. His teasing becomes more playful and affectionate. There is a specific kind of gentle ribbing that occurs when a man is catching feelings. It's a playful way to create tension and flirt, while maintaining a sense of safety. He might poke fun at your obsession with a specific coffee order or tease you about a quirky habit you have, but it's always done with a smile and a soft tone. This affectionate teasing is his way of showing he's paying close attention to your personality. It builds a light-hearted chemistry that keeps the energy between you vibrant and fun. Unlike mean-spirited humor, this teasing is designed to make you laugh and to draw you closer. It's a sign that he's comfortable enough with you to be silly and that he finds your unique quirks endearing rather than annoying, a hallmark of growing romantic interest. 15. He stays in the post-hangout moment longer than necessary. The lingering effect is one of the most romantic signs that he is catching feelings. When your date or hangout is coming to an end, pay attention to how he handles the goodbye. Does he rush off, or does he find ways to extend the moment? If he stays in the car talking for an extra 20 minutes, or lingers at your door while finishing a story, he is struggling to pull himself away from your energy. He is trying to soak up as much of your presence as possible because he genuinely enjoys being in your company. This reluctance to leave shows that the time you spend together is the highlight of his day. Even if he's trying to act cool, his inability to make a clean break proves that he's caught in your orbit and isn't ready to let go.